When your old career gives you lemons, throw in some ice, mix in some vodka, and call it a podcast. The great studio in Fairport. And driven by Victor Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, it's Billified, the Bill Moran Podcast.
Friend, I got the wrong fader that I'm putting down because I'm looking. It looks like we're lagging a little bit on the cameras, and that sometimes screws up our audio, and it's just frustrating. That's all. It's just frustrating. It's Tuesday. You know, sometimes a guy named Doug is here. He's not.
So basically, because Doug's not here, you had to replace him with me and Dan.
No.
That's how powerful Doug is.
No, that is not true. I would disagree with that statement.
Okay.
Yesterday there was absolute confusion and chaos, and you were kind enough to say that you would come in tonight, and I like having you on, so I said great. Forget when I asked you, and you said, and then Danny was coming in anyway, and I do them alone with Danny. I've done it alone with you.
Yeah.
So no. But I was going to say, kind of fun that you're here because somebody wrote me going, where was Mark? And I go, Mark will be in tonight. Oh, good.
Well, it's funny. Today I had like 4 people ask me why I wasn't on Monday.
Okay.
So
yeah,
they're listening.
They
may think I'm creepy, but they're listening.
Who said anything about you being creepy?
I'm just saying.
Oh.
You may say I'm a creeper, but they're not the only ones.
Well, I got to tell you, Danny, I don't know if do you have HBO Max?
Yes, I do.
Do you have HBO Max? Has anybody watched this docuseries on Kobe?
Yes.
The Making of a Legend?
Yes.
Dude, I started watching it last night, and I fell asleep and had to peel myself off the couch at 2 a.m. You ever do one of those where you just fall asleep and you're like, oh, God. So I went back and I watched some of episode 2 today. That whole thing about the incident in, what was it, Eaglevale, Colorado, or Eagle something, Colorado, that small little town, when he went to this 5-star resort to basically rehab after knee surgery. He had minor knee surgery, but it was trying to keep it quiet and keep him out of the eye, so they put him in this luxury place. And the rape, we'll call rape, do you remember this?
Rape accusations, yes.
The accusations, yeah.
Well, the rape accusations came, but did you watch that episode?
I've been like you. I watched like one episode and fell asleep.
Okay.
I liked it, but I liked what I saw.
I didn't even know there was a documentary about Kobe.
It's a docu-series, and I think it's called The Making of a Legend, and they call it season 1, so I don't know if there'll be a season 2.
More Kobe.
Well, I got to tell you, like, when you talk about creepy, I was just seeing something the other day for people to practice more public speaking things. Somebody says to talk into a camera for 5 minutes. Then go back the next day. Don't do it the day of, the next day. And watch it, okay? Because in a day, you're not going to go, I'm so fat, I'm so gross, take a big day, all these things that we do. And then listen again, and this time, just the audio. Just turn the camera over, so whatever, the video over, so you're not seeing if you're watching on your phone, or close the lid, or walk away from your computer and just listen. And you'll hear a lot of your things that you do that you don't realize you do in your speech patterns and all that stuff. And then you got to go through and put it, the last thing this person says is put it through a transcriber and read it, okay? Have either one of you guys ever had your words transcribed and then read back?
No.
So there was a time where there was a lot of legal shit happening FCC-wise, probably in the mid-90s. I think Howard had gotten a few tags and this and that. And Stan, who was the program director for me, pulled me in, and he had transcribed things I had said. And it was so weird to hear someone read it back, because you go, it's missing everything. It's missing the music that you were talking over a little bit. It's missing the sound effect of whatever dumb bit I did. It's missing the caller, or how the caller's tone sounded and their inflection and all that. It's just flat. And in this Kobe thing, man, they start reading what this young lady said, and it sure as fuck sounds like he did what she accuses him of doing.
Okay.
I mean, it's like flat, right? And it's weird because then a lot of people go, she didn't wait. Within 10 minutes, she called authorities. The authorities were called. And they had all this stuff. And it just is one of these where, it sounds so weird. Was someone, I only say that because if you watch it, it's almost like you kind of go, ooh, as you're hearing this, because Kobe had a squeaky clean image. And he had his first daughter and his wife and all this stuff. And I remember the Saturday Night Live bit when, I forget, I think Maya Rudolph played his wife. And they were like, hey, the world's biggest diamond is, and it's like, Kobe, you better buy that. Remember, because he bought this. But
he bought her a $4 million diamond to make up for it.
But I'm telling you,
and then Rick Riley wrote he ought to buy more $4 million lawyers.
Yeah.
That was an SI. I remember that.
The lawyers he had were like fantastic.
Oh, yeah. He had a woman. Well, he had a female defense attorney to go after her.
Yes. And here it is. It's a 19-year-old girl. And I say this at this end of life, right? Where I go, what do I got? Like maybe 30, 40 years, maybe if I'm lucky. But you're older and you've seen a lot of shit in life. And they go, a 19-year-old girl, they're about to bring in her sexual history into this. And you're going, could you imagine being 19? And then how his lawyer his lawyer, they were never going to say her name. There was agreed upon that her name would not be said. And in some court appearance, his lawyer says it 4 times and then apologizes. And they go, no lawyer who's, they knew exactly what they were doing. There's a lot of gamesmanship, right?
Yeah,
and that's a lot of what sometimes happens. But the thing is, you hear him like, where he grabbed her and he brought her upstairs. And then he said, can I have a hug as she was leaving? Because she was showing him to his room. And then they started kissing and she was okay with that. And then it's like he turned me around, bent me over a chair. And you got it. Okay, so here's what I'm saying is when you hear all this, right? I saw your face. You were like, ugh. I was too as I'm listening. But I go, having had my own words read back, I sometimes wonder what else was happening that makes it a little more palpable. Do you understand what I'm saying? Which is not even fair to say that.
I think I've talked about this on the show, the 738-55 rule. Have you ever heard of this?
No.
7% of your communication is the words you're using.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
7%, right? 38 is the tone of voice.
Right.
And 55 is our body language.
Right.
In other words, I could go like...
This is what I'm saying.
If you see me like yelling in a window, but
right.
Man, he's really pissed off.
Right.
But what am I saying? I could be talking about the Bills. I could be talking about my ex-wife.
Disney.
I could be talking, right. Yeah. The Magnificent ladies.
Right.
Really mean.
Right. Okay.
Whatever her name is, I don't know.
So it's one of those things where as I'm watching this, I go, I certainly don't want to blame the victim in any way. At all or take away from it. I'm just saying that when you hear these things read back sometimes, you got to remember that there's so much more to our communication.
Yes.
There's so much more to it. And I only can say that because I've had a transcript of what I've said more than once, but I'll only tell about the one time read back to me.
That's why they used to remind us in radio. We had good talent coaches who would remind us radio's theater of the mind. They can't see you, so you have to paint a picture.
You got it.
And it's such a lost art in today's radio and podcast world.
Yeah.
Because they don't know that.
No.
It's just information. No, we are entertaining you. Or trying to.
So this whole thing, it's wild, right? So you go through and you see all this stuff and you see how he's kind of this seen as a hero. And then they go, look, he's accused. There are horrible accusations against him. There seems to be enough evidence. I know it's a small town in Colorado and it's a small town DA. You don't think this guy's going to be buttoned up with his shit if he's bringing it against Kobe Bryant? You don't think in some way? So it's almost like everything's there. But Kobe flies to Colorado for some preliminary hearing and then back to L.A. and plays that night. and he makes like the final basket. And
they give him a standing ovation.
And the guys are all like, they go, man, you had to hear these guys dance around this hot potato. Because, right? They're going, Kobe's had a long day. Was in Colorado. Whoo, did he do it? And it's like, but what about the girl? And then in the end, she drops the case.
Yes.
And the prosecutor tells you, like the DA, as to what she said and how she apologized to him and said, I just can't do it. And I'm sure not. And then Kobe wrote, it was a well-crafted, I'm not going to say that he didn't have a team, but I do believe it was absolutely his sentiment and his idea. He writes a letter apologizing and saying, but anytime these things are done, it's like a public letter that was put out. I don't know where it was. I'm forgetting. I just remember sitting there in kind of awe because I'm like, every one of these I've ever heard is, didn't do it, never happened. He says, well, I thought it was consensual.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
He said, I thought it was consensual.
Mm-hmm.
After hearing her testimony in person, after reviewing all the evidence, after all that, I can see how she didn't agree with that. Was basically, I'm paraphrasing, I'm not saying the exact way he said it, but it was one of those ones where it's like, oh shit, does he know what he did now? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like he admitted it was a misunderstanding. Like he's saying, I think it's one of those where all of us, time and distance from something, and you look back at it and go, oh yeah, I could really see where I was in the wrong here. It's time to explore the world of legal recreational cannabis at MJ Dispensary. This is the go-to spot for top quality products and expert guidance. Whether you're looking for edibles, infused drinks, pre-rolls, or more, their knowledgeable bud tenders will help you find exactly what suits you best. Need a little extra focus and concentration? They've got something that can help that too at MJ Dispensary. Delivery is available, or you can stop by in person at 900 Jefferson Road, Suite 902. Give them a call anytime at 585-222-WEED, or visit mjdispensary585.com to learn more. MJ Dispensary, because knowledge is power. And good vibes are always in stock at MJ Dispensary. Myers Motorhome Madness is going on all month long at all 3 Rochester area Myers RV locations. Over 275 new and used RVs ready to roll. Choose from the top brands like Integra, Forest River, Thor, Jayco, and East West, all at the best prices in the market. Incredible deals on prior year Class C rental models starting at just $74,897. Family owned since 1967, Myers RV has been your trusted Rochester RV expert for generations. Now with 3 convenient locations in Caledonia, Farmington, and Webster. Don't miss the biggest deals of the season during Myers Motorhome Madness. Your dream RV adventure awaits. Learn more at MyersRVs.com today. Kaiir Elam, number 1, first-round draft pick by the Buffalo Bills.
Yes.
As a cornerback.
Yep.
And I think, what was it, not that long ago?
2022.
He is going to our friend Matt Reese's Dallas Cowboys. Mm-hmm. Where I believe Stephon Diggs' brother, is he out next season? I thought he was injured. Why am I thinking that?
He was injured this season.
Okay.
I think he should be ready for next season.
Yeah, he should be.
He's a pretty good corner. But
yes.
but like once you get hurt as a corner, it's very hard to return to form.
He's old. He's getting old.
Yeah.
So Kaiir basically says that he was put in the back seat in Buffalo and didn't really get a chance. And I'm going, you started. They gave you lots of opportunity. You were getting beat out by guys in training camp that came in later rounds.
You got beat out by
a 5th round,
a 6th rounder, a 7th rounder, and a 29-year-old that they traded for.
Okay.
I don't want to hear it, Kaiir Elam. Mr. Put the playbook on the plane, coach. I'm flying to Orchard Park. I'm going to be ready. Wrong. And by the way, that's on McDermott, too. I think they dropped their pants when they realized that the kid before them was taken, whose name escapes me. Oh, crap, what do we do? And the Bills are notoriously, and this is not good, draft for need instead of the best player available. And, we need a corner. All right, well, let's take this kid. He's more of a man corner. But you know what? we'll work with them because we're good with good athletes and we can coach them up. And this was one instance. And by the way, 2022, they had a pretty good draft. You know where they missed? Their first freaking pick. This guy.
I'm thinking to myself, you weren't putting the back seat, man. You were putting in.
Bro, you were in the freaking child seat.
With the safety locks on in the back.
Yeah,
because they knew you couldn't
By the
do
way,
it.
and facing the window.
Yes.
That's how infantile you were as a corner in the NFL.
I mean, look, the business.
Like they threw a 7th rounder out there instead of you.
Well, teams
you got beat out by a 6th rounder in your own draft class.
Teams often got to cut their losses quickly when it comes to these high round picks.
And the fact that the Dallas Cowboys actually traded for him. And they got a 7th rounder for him.
Yes.
Which is better than nothing.
But the mental toll it must take if you are considered a draft bust. Because I always
ask the New York Jets.
Well, I mean, the mental toll, though. Think about this.
By the way, he's right. Go to YouTube and just look up Jets draft picks and just watch the montage of the booze.
But it's got to be unbearable because everywhere you go, everybody knows in your hometown, right? Mm-hmm. Even let's just say, I get it. I'm from, let's say, Houston. But Houston's got a Webster. Houston's got a Fairport, you know what I'm saying, in that thing. And if you're that number one guy going Buffalo, wherever, in the first round, everybody in that town knows you.
Yep.
Or knows of you. And then when you
probably already have a bar tab at several bars.
I can think of the Yankees. Took Cito Culver.
Yeah.
And Cito Culver was the number one pick with the Yankees first draft, like their first overall pick that draft. I think it was late in the first round.
Yes,
but
it was.
And the guy made it up to AAA, but never really got past there.
Everybody made it to AAA because it was like there was no other option for him.
Yeah, but my question is
AA.
Yeah.
I don't even know if he got to AAA.
Yeah, he did. I watched him play at Frontier Field.
The thing is that
I watched him, I think, hit a home run.
AAA is not what everybody thinks it is.
Not anymore.
No, it's not. AAA is now rehab major leaguers and quick stints for AA guys. If you're good, you go from AA to the pros, man. AAA is now like it's like a wasteland almost.
Danny, if you think of draft picks, when we say things like this, we get a highly drafted guy and he doesn't do well. Do we blame the player, the coaching staff, or is it the front office? Is it a combination of all three? Because a lot of people thought Josh would be a bust.
I did.
And
Wrong,
Josh is now the MVP. And I think Mark has his face on his pillow or something.
Yeah, so.
I think where you land is just as important as how good you are coming out of college. Every front office misses occasionally. Like even Bill Polian missed at times. John Butler missed all the time with the Bills. There's Tom Donahoe missed. Guys miss. I mean, Howie Roseman's even missed, and he's like the best general manager in football. It's how often do you miss? I mean, if you're drafting, there's a lot of different factors involved. What we are not privy to, this includes Mel Kiper and all the draftniks, what nobody's privy to is those conversations at the combine behind closed doors when you're talking about diagramming a play, right? And when you're talking about like being in position or doing these things, right? Or your intelligence level, how you answer questions, the
Wonderlic,
and what happens in the Wonderlic test. And what happens is, even though there's really no correlation between how good you are in the Wonderlic tests, but the thing is though that when whoever the champion is in the room who makes the draft decision, the final, whoever wins over the room for each player has to be somehow convinced that we can overcome it. He's just so damn good. Yeah. Whoever wins that argument in the room either gets all the glory or all the blame. And it's player by player and decision by decision.
McDermott brought him over. That doesn't happen.
Right. Yes. Right.
And Brandon B got passed over not once, but twice in Carolina for the head job. For the general manager's job. Yeah. He got passed over by David Gettleman, who ended up being a bumbling idiot in New York, and Marty Herney. When Gettleman left or got replaced, they went back to Marty Herney instead of giving the job to Brandon Beane. And everybody was like, well, why don't you just give it to the kid?
What space in your brain could be freed up Like, if I have to clear off my computer, right, I got to get files off. I got to dump it somewhere. If we got Marty Herney's name out of your brain, what else would you be able to remember that you can't remember today?
You know what I would love to do? I would love to just take all this. If I could trade all my sports knowledge and just figure out the stock market and make money.
See,
I would do it right now.
It's like, it's so funny. Like, you just spit that out. I'm like, who's Marty Herney? I don't even know. You told me Marty Herney. Hey, I heard you saw Marty Herney on St. Patrick's Day over at Mo Connors. Oh, yeah, I love the guy. Hey, it's Herney. I don't know. I have no idea. Feeling stuck, stressed, like something's holding you back? I want you to go see my friend Sheila Tillich. You've heard her on the podcast. She's a transformative healer. I just experienced my first session with Sheila, and I got to tell you, it was more than I ever expected. Sheila has a unique approach that addresses the, quote, issues in your tissues, uncovering and releasing stored emotions that we've built up over the years, the stuff we've stuffed down, and all those energetic blocks that hinder your well-being. Why take my word for it? Experience it for yourself. And you can do that by visiting SheilaTillich.com to book your healing journey. Sheila Tillich, because true healing begins from within. Life throws challenges. Work injuries shouldn't steal your peace of mind. When you're hurt on the job, there's one team that fights for you, Connors and Ferris. Look, dealing with workers' compensation is complicated. Insurance companies, employers, legal paperwork, it's overwhelming. Not anymore. Call 262-COMP. That's right, just 262-COMP, and let Connors and Ferris take the weight off your shoulders. They don't just handle claims, they secure your rights, your benefits, your future. They have offices across New York State, New York City, Syracuse, Rochester, and Buffalo. They're always there working for people. Stop worrying, start healing. Connors and Ferris, advocating for workers, delivering peace of mind. Call right now, 262-COMP. Connors and Ferris, your workers' comp attorneys. The Premier Metal Group's GM, Brad Cook. I got to say, like, it seems like metal scrapping is in the news a lot lately, and I know you guys have two locations, right? You're over in East Rochester and then down in the city?
Yep, so we have two locations, 909 Linden Ave over in East Rochester.
Right.
And then we have 11 Karen Street. We just opened up that facility about a year ago. We had a fire about 7-8 years that destroyed that whole facility.
Oh, really?
So that was an interesting moment in our. So we kind of had to move to East Rochester, and we found out the home in East Rochester was really successful.
Yeah.
But we wanted to rebuild at Karen Street, so it turned out really well. So we got about $4 million into this new facility now, and it's been it's been Rochester's a scrapping city. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I would think. And I was thinking about this because I have a bike. My 15-year-old son lives with me, and all of a sudden, one day he comes back and he goes, "Yeah, I don't know what happened." I go, "What do you mean you don't know what happened? The back wheel's gone." He's like, "Yeah, I just can't." So I go, "We're going to keep it over here, and at some point, I'm going to bring it to the scrapyard, which was over where you are." But I'm thinking, as the weather gets nicer and nicer, you may want to clean stuff out. Maybe you did home renovations and just threw a bunch of stuff in the back of the basement during COVID. Get it out. If it's metal stuff, bring it over.
We see it. I mean, metal is our specialty.
Right.
You know, we do anything from contractors to homeowners. The snow came off the ground in the last week, which everyone's excited about. The sun came out, and everyone's out cleaning up the curbsides. Getting rid of the refrigerators, bikes. We hear those stories all the time. Do
you ever go get anything that's heavier, or do people have to bring it to you?
We do. We have roll-offs, so we provide larger roll-offs, 15, 20, 30-yard roll-offs. We don't do just a local regular pickup.
No, right. So that would be more for contractors and things like that.
Contractors,
yeah,
yep.
Yeah.
But the individual, can drop it off anytime.
Yeah, just bring it in whenever it's open. Look, I always feel like the metal prices fluctuate a lot, right? So if I'm looking to scrap stuff, what affects kind of the fluctuation of those, and those changes? And how can somebody maximize their profit, I guess, would be the question.
Right now it's demand. You got a lot going on in the world. There's a lot of stuff going on with the tariffs and a lot of that's influencing our business quite a bit.
Tariffs, really?
So we're trying to domestically keep all our scrap metal, which is helping out.
Okay.
So right now, over the last 30 days, it's been crazy, right? The sun comes out. We got a lot of material flowing. Plus, you got the tariffs that are maybe on, maybe off, depending on what day you check the news.
Right.
And so we're trying to juggle that, and also demand coming out of the winter months. Flow was slow for a lot of the mills. So now all of a sudden the flow starts increasing. We see the prices pop.
We often hear about like metal theft, especially stolen catalytic converters. That was a big thing for a while. It was happening in the city, and guys trying to grab them, and people coming from out of state maybe with those things because they think they're not going to get tagged here or figured out here. And it's been an issue. How do you guys prevent thieves from bringing in the stolen scrap?
We've worked with other scrap yards in the area. We've also worked with Monroe County Sheriff's Department. We kind of worked with them as a task force to kind of deter that. If you have to bring in a driver's license, cameras, and you also have to bring in a title that matches the vehicle. So we've seen over the last 6 months, I would say, that's going away slowly. Obviously, prices on catalytic converter, platinum has fallen. That's helped a little bit, and also the Monroe County Sheriff's has done a great job deteriorating that, and so people don't come in.
Remember that New Year's resolution list from January? The one that's somehow gotten longer instead of shorter? Yeah. Let's be honest. Are you really going to tackle that electrical work yourself? And sure, you say you want to finish the basement, but the last thing you framed was probably a family photo. Time to call the real pros, Mac of all trades. From that annoying dripping faucet that your wife is always complaining about to a complete kitchen makeover, these people are the genuine article. Electrical work, they got it. Drywall, they've hung miles of it. Full bathroom remodel, they'll make it shine. Don't let your home improvement dreams stay dreams. Call Mac of all trades, 585-202-9218. And when you call, thank them on behalf of Billified. They built our amazing studio. Check them out at macofalltrades.net, because let's face it, your DIY project shouldn't stand for destroy it yourself. Mac of all trades, making your honey-do list a honey-done list. I will ask you guys, is there any such thing as privacy today?
No.
You don't think so? No. Okay. I was thinking about this a lot today because I read something where Amazon is...
Alexa, close your ears.
Yes. No, it is Alexa.
Yeah.
They're phasing out a feature on select Echo devices that it didn't used to everything and bring it to the cloud. In other words, when you're talking, and I mean, if you think that it's not listening until you say, hey, blank, right? It is.
It is. Of course it is.
And because I've had it go off at my mother's house because she loves it for music and stuff. And all of a sudden it'll say, I find that inappropriate or something. Like it comes out and you're like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Right. So they're listening. But everything goes to the cloud. And now there were some that had stayed at the local level. So that meant they weren't recording. In order to go to the cloud, it's got to record. I'm not saying it doesn't delete it, but it's got to record. And now all these are being phased out for their further AI, and they're trying to push it through as AI. Basically, they're saying AI is going to give you more options, and we're going to have more capabilities with Alexa and the enhanced AI. But because of the enhanced AI, part of that is everything's going to the cloud.
My wife has. I hate it. I hate it. I absolutely hate it. Why give away just more? Make these people search for your information. Information's the quote new oil.
Well,
and you could talk about you're watching a Diddy special. They talk about baby oil. Next thing you know, your phone's getting ads for. Do you want Johnson & Johnson?
Right, right.
Or do you want the?
Don't you get it too?
Great value.
Sure. Happens, oil. And that happens with our phone. So, and I'm also saying, I will tell you, I am a fan of AI. I know that sounds strange, but I can't remember how to spell things. I could never spell very well. Mm-hmm. So I will ask, hey, blank, spell whatever, and it'll spell it back to me. Dude, and I just type it out. A couple
weeks ago when I was going through my health stuff, and I was telling you about, I was asking AI certain questions. Right. Sounds like you're troubleshooting something in your health.
Yes.
This is like the 5th time you've asked me these questions.
But I say that, and I know that Mark has had to have seen this too. I think that sometimes we're a participant in how much information gets out of there.
Yes.
And as much as we want to say involuntarily, I'm going to say somewhat voluntarily. And I tell you that I think a lot of this has to do, what I'm talking about, is people on their goddamn phones.
Oh, yeah.
Because when I pulled into a parking lot today, I heard a very private conversation about a woman and between two guys. And I couldn't really hear the guy very well in the car, but I could hear his friend who was on the speakers booming in surround sound inside this car. And I go, oh my God. Then I hear another lady walking into this store on speaker, and she says, is this how you handle business over there? Is this how you conduct yourselves? And the person on the other, and I'm going, oh my God. Not that I need to know anything. I don't know who they are, but perchance I can
you're
go,
ready to get your popcorn ready.
But if I see that lady, I'll go, she's a Karen.
Yeah.
Right? She's a pain in the ass. People are,
we tell on ourselves.
But we're just broadcasting our own shit. People are doing it all the time. I just read something where somebody had someone cursing and they're on speakerphone and they're cursing, and someone said, could you take it off speaker? And the people got all insulted and almost.
That's the other thing too. Like, people love to have their conversations on speaker.
I'm going to tell you something. When I worked at the liquor store, I'd say everybody that came in was on speakerphone having conversations.
Yeah.
Like, I want to fucking hear their conversation.
Well, you kind of look, you sort of do and you sort of don't.
No, I didn't.
We walked with Connors and Ferris. They must have invested a tremendous amount in cups that had their logo and the Bills logo on it. T-shirts that said St. Patrick's Day with their logo on it. We had
a blast.
They had other things they were giving out, hats and koozies and all these things. And when you went by, Mark, with the cups especially, I felt like, because that was what I was doing for the most part, the number of people, when it comes to free stuff, I don't know what happens, because I watched it happen. Damien got on the stairs at Mulconry's and just started throwing T-shirts into the crowd, and you would have thought Fallon was there the way people were reacting.
Do you guys not remember
free stuff?
Prize Pigs?
So I'm handing these shirts out, and my wife's got the bag. I'm handing the stuff because I do not want to hand the stuff out. I'll carry the bag, but you can hand it. I'm like, sure, I don't care. I like interacting with people. And I'm looking for cool people to hand stuff. And I'd hand out something to a kid, and some adult comes and grabs it out of my hand.
Come on.
I'm not joking.
Really?
Yes. Happened twice.
I didn't have that happen.
Happened twice. Do you think people are getting uglier?
Do I think people are getting uglier?
Like less attractive in Rochester?
I don't.
Let me guess. There was you didn't see any good-looking people. It was all
I saw
ugly
good-looking people.
Dude, I didn't see a ton of good-looking people.
Okay, because you know what?
He's kind of right.
What do you mean he's kind of right?
Bro, I didn't see any cute chicks. None of that.
What are you talking about?
Rochester and Buffalo, I'm just telling you, we're lacking.
I think some of the most beautiful people live around here.
The poor camera guys.
Not anybody who listens to this podcast. I'm just saying.
Yes. The camera guys, what?
In Buffalo, that try to pan, how they usually get hot girls.
Yeah.
They have the hardest time finding them.
At a Bills game?
Yeah.
I can't argue with. Well, I did see something today. By 2050, majority of the world is projected to be overweight. And there is something about, if you lose weight, you start to.
Well, if Trump gets more and more countries, and we'll all be Americans, we'll all be fat and lazy. I just noticed that. I'm like, wow, man, what happened? Because when we were kids, man.
Let's put it this way.
You could
Yeah, but how about on the first part of East Avenue?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying.
That's what I'm saying. Down by the East End, there wasn't. I saw good-looking people down there.
Certain people go to
it turns
as
you go around the
worse.
It
as the
did.
parade went on.
Yes, it always does every year.
Have you ever gone to the New York State Fair?
Dude.
Have you ever gone to a carnival?
Yes.
A carnival?
We need to go to the Hemlock Fair.
Oh, yeah.
I would love to.
Best little fair ever.
This summer, should we do a tour of the festivals?
I mean, like fairs and stuff?
Right, I'll tell you what, Danny. If you, and I'm not kidding. But
if I want to organize it? No, I don't.
I'll organize it.
If you call up and you find out and you get us power and you get us the stuff, I would be happy to do that.
Okay.
I mean, it's a pain in the neck breaking down the studio. I'm not going to lie.
I got to make up for last summer when I lost all that weight because I had 7 weeks where I couldn't eat nothing. I want to make up for it this summer.
Make up for how? You're going to put all the weight back on.
No, I'm not. I got it down to a science now. I got to figure it out. I'm maintaining. I'm
you
good.
and science are not friends. Can I say what I observed during the break?
On what?
What I just observed.
Oh, sure.
During the break. Mark FaceTimed with his girlfriend, and She just is so lovely to him.
She sounds like so
She
sweet.
was so lovely to him. He started even saying, today's one of the worst days at work. She goes, I'm really sorry to hear that. I'm like, that's a cool, wow, what a cool chick.
Yeah.
I was like, damn.
I'm lucky, man.
Yeah. And not making fun of the sign.
I know. She didn't even get offended.
She didn't?
I was more offended than she was.
Of course, you get old.
Shut up.
I just do it. I do it just for entertainment's sake. That's all I do. Danny, we didn't talk any NCAA. Maybe tomorrow?
Sure.
Go Memphis. That's my new team.
Memphis is?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm a Michigan fan. It's going to be tough, though.
I'd like to see St. John's only because...
Do you know you can't bet St. John's to win it all in,
well, you
in
can't
New York State?
in New York State because it's a New York State college. Yeah. You can in some pool somewhere.
Yeah, I got to drive to Pennsylvania.
Yeah, I think our friend Foodie's going to come in tomorrow and talk a little of the stuff. And
this is his big high holy month.
It is. And then the UNC Tar Heels. Yeah, did they?
It's the brand name.
Did they? Well, could be. Or it could be that their athletic director was the chairman of the selection committee.
Could be.
Could be that, too. All right. For the soldier, who people loved having back, all kinds of comments in the comment section.
Again.
People enjoy
Anytime, man.
I enjoy doing the show with you.
I love, come on, we're 3 radio guys. We all worked at the same radio station.
We did.
At different times.
Different times. For the soldier, for Danny, I'm Bill Moran. See you tomorrow.
Down in the know we was up to